Let's now take you to the African National Congress's head of policy, Jeff Hadebe, who's leading a media dialogue on corruption and state capture. It's part of the release of party discussion documents ahead of the 6th National Policy Conference. Let's listen in.
We populate our policy discussion documents out there. So this is actually the last one that we're presenting. The other ones we'll do on Friday, just as part of setting the scene and making sure that they could be able to talk to presenters of the various discussion documents. We had made that promise to them. Over to you, Comrade Jeff.
Thanks, Comrade Pule, the head of our DIP. With us this morning, I have Comrade Mandla Komfe, who's part of our task team on the State Capture Commission, and Comrade Andrew Snell, who is the coordinator of the NWC and NEC, and who has also been part of our task team. Good morning, people of the media. Before we get into the substance of this media dialogue, we wish to express on behalf of the African National Congress our congratulations and well wishes to the players, coaching staff and management of Banyana for their outstanding performance and triumph in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. They have earned their position as the champions of Africa. In recognition of our firm commitment as a country to the achievement of gender equality, the ANC believes that these players should be paid the same as their male counterpart in Bafana. We also wish to take this opportunity to recognize the great achievement of Professor Tsilitsi Marwala on being appointed to the prestigious position of the Rector of the United Nations University. Whether on the sports field or in academia, these shining examples of South Africans excelling on the international stage should serve as an inspiration and encouragement to us all. These achievements were made possible by talent, by hard work, and a deep ambition to succeed. They were also made possible by the opportunities provided to these individuals. Unfortunately, there are many South Africans who are denied the opportunity to realize their potential as a result of their social and economic circumstances. While the reasons for this situation are many, most notably the devastating legacy of our apartheid past, we know that the development of our loved country and its people are held back by corruption, fraud, mismanagement, and of public resources. Which brings us to the subject of today's media dialogue. With the submission of the final report of the State Capture Commission on the 22nd of June 2022, the African National Congress has embarked on a process to examine the Commission's findings and recommendations and to develop our organization's response. While detailing the nature, the extent, and the scope of state capture, the report also makes critical findings about our organization, the ANC, the government that it leads, and individual ANC members. At its meeting of the 2nd to the 4th of July 2022, the ANC's National Executive Committee noted that some of the observations and findings are unsettling for the ANC. But we said that this organization must deal honestly and openly with all aspects of the Commission's report. We said the ANC would use the report to identify shortcomings and take the necessary steps to address them. The ANC has consistently maintained that the Commission is a necessary part of the broader social effort to end all forms of state capture and corruption. The ANC is therefore engaging with the findings and recommendations of the Commission to determine how this can help us to enhance the process of fundamental renewal as well as rebuilding within our own organization. The ANC has put in place mechanisms to process those parts of the Commission report that relate to the ANC, its deployees and members. The ANC has therefore adopted the following immediate action plan. Firstly, constitutional, legislative and structural changes proposed by the Commission have been referred to the relevant NEC committees for deliberation. By way of example, the NEC Economic Transformation Committee is considering the recommendations from the Commission on public procurement. Another example, the NEC Peace and Stability Committee and the NEC Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee are together considering the recommendations around a new anti-corruption agency, the protection of whistleblowers, and deferred prosecution agreements, amongst others. All NEC committees have started this work, and some have already submitted reports to the task team. This work must be completed by the end of August 2022. Secondly, the ANC task team on state capture will make recommendations where there are findings of weaknesses or lapses by the ANC. We will, amongst others, review our policies with respect to cadre deployment policy and practice, party funding principles, organizational discipline, and accountability and parliamentary oversight. Thirdly, individuals implicated in the Commission report must immediately take the initiative and present themselves to the Integrity Commission within 2 months. And this is in line with the resolution of the ANC's 54th National Conference in 2017, which resolved to demand that every cadre accused of or reported to be involved in corrupt practices accounts to the Integrity Commission immediately or faces disciplinary processes. The Integrity Commission has been asked, we had a meeting with them recently, to complete the processing of these matters within 6 months. On recommendations by the Commission for action by specific entities, the NEC agreed that these are either part of the normal mandate of these entities which they should act on or directed at specific industry bodies. To assist discussions within the ANC on the organization's approach to ending corruption and state capture, the NEC has finalized a discussion document for circulation to all ANC structures and for public release. The discussion document, which we are releasing today after this press conference, is meant to stimulate debate on the nature, on the causes of corruption and state capture, the role and response of the ANC, and the steps that must be taken to ensure state capture is never allowed to occur again. This document recognizes that the fundamental renewal of the ANC as an effective agent of transformation requires that our organization confronts corruption in all its forms, in government, in society, and within the movement as a whole. It also outlines what the ANC understands by state capture, its causes and impact, and details how such acts of corruption stand in stark contradiction to the ANC's foundational principles and mission. The document argues that state capture serves to weaken the democratic state, cause social instability, redirect public funds for private enrichment, and undermine the ability of the ANC to discharge its historic mission to build a better life for all, as Mandela said in 1994. The document recognizes, as clearly stated at the 54th National Conference, that the ANC needs to rid itself of the practices, of the tendencies, and organizational culture that corruption has implanted and which in turn have enabled corruption. The document refers, amongst other things, to the observation by the State Capture Commission that understanding the role of the ANC is vital to understanding state capture in South Africa. State capture has happened under its watch. It notes that these and other observations have significant implications for the ANC and its response to the Commission's report. They call for a seismic shift in the ANC's approach to several issues raised by the Commission. This discussion document notes that rebuilding and renewal require far-reaching changes to the ANC, how the ANC works. It will require substantial political will and extensive political work throughout all structures of our organization. At the center of the renewal effort is the work underway to fight corruption and end patronage as a feature of ANC's organizational life. The document also outlines proposals on the role of members and branches in this work and suggests issues for discussion within ANC structures. The ANC believes that the work and the findings of the State Capture Commission provide an opportunity for South Africa to make a decisive break with the era of state capture. While there may not be consensus on all the Commission's recommendations, they lay the basis for a comprehensive set of actions to prevent corruption and end state capture. As the African National Congress, we are fully determined to seize this opportunity for renewal for the sake of our organization and for the sake of our country. I thank you.